I hope you're all enjoying the show. Earlier, we saw Clarke enjoying some bagels with all sorts of delicious toppings, and now she's still at the Thompson Hotel checking out their new small bites menu. Clarke, all the bites. I just want them all.
Yes, and I don't blame you at all because they're all so delicious. I'm now hanging out with Chef Michelle, who's going to give us a rundown of their Summer Bites menu. There's a lot of local flavors and inspiration, and they're shareable bites.
They are, yeah. So we have these new bar bites. We added about 5 new bar bites. Each one of them has a little bit of local ingredients in them. You can get them at our bar, and we also have them as shareables on our dinner menu and lunch menu as well.
I like it. And so right now we're focusing on a delicious looking meatball option, but it's not your average meatball, it's vegetarian.
It's a vegetarian barbecue meatball.
Tell me what's in it.
So it's a chickpea base with our mighty mushrooms that is also a local company that we use, and some sun-dried tomatoes.
Okay, I like it. So we have the hot pan going.
Yep, we have our hot pan.
Some EVOO.
A little bit of olive oil.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that. And we just put them in?
Put them right inside, yep.
Perfect. Okay, so we're just gonna.
And since they're vegetarian, there's no meat in them. We don't have to cook them all the way through. So that's a good little thing. So you get 5 per order. They go with our local grits and a house-made barbecue sauce.
I love grits. I am a grit girl and a polenta girl. So tell me a little bit about the textures that we're working with here, because I'm always so fascinated. So you're just kind of coating the outside with the hot oil, and then it's browning.
Yep, just a nice little sear on the outside.
And they feel really soft.
They are. They're super soft, and honestly, if you didn't know that they were not vegetarian, you wouldn't know that there's no meat in them.
Okay,
so
I like that.
The meatiness of the mushrooms really helps bring that out.
Yeah, and the chickpea too. The chickpeas are incredible for what you can use them for. Okay, so I do have the grits. What are in the grits?
Yep, so those are our local grits that we do in-house. They have a little bit of butter, a little bit of cream, and just a little salt and pepper right on top of that.
And these look like coarse ground grits.
They are, yes.
So they have that creamy, that texture. Can I just
a
put
nice
it on
little
the plate?
smear right on the plate.
And I know how to do the chef smear now. I feel like I'm a professional. Yes, that looks awesome. You know what? I'm going to add a little bit more because I like it. And then, okay, so I want to know, there's this TikTok trend. It's called Girl Dinner.
Yes.
The song is really obnoxious. It like rings in my ears every time I hear it. But I feel like there's this new trend of people who want to eat smaller bites or like tapas style food
For sure,
instead of full entrees. Where do you think that's coming from?
I don't know. I think everybody gets a little bit of try of everything. So I think by doing these small bites really gives you that option.
Yeah.
You don't get super full off of that.
I like it. And on the contrary, girl dinner is very much like toast with peanut butter or random things you find around the house.
That's right.
But this is a more elevated version, so I really like that. Okay, you have the duck wings.
We do. We have
which
duck
is
wings.
really good.
Yeah, and it's an apricot habanero glaze that we make in-house, so it has a little bit of spice, a little bit of sweetness. We have some jalapeno popper deviled eggs. A little bit of Brussels sprouts that we do with balsamic and some candied pepitas.
There's also this giant pretzel.
A giant pretzel.
Oh my gosh. This looks delicious. Tell me what's on this pretzel.
So with that pretzel, we did a little Cajun spice, a little bit of honey, a little Texas honey, and then the beer is a beer mustard base.
I definitely get that beer flavor. It's perfect. The mustard is amazing. I could eat that whole pretzel. That's dangerous.
All right. So we do a little bit of the barbecue sauce right on top.
Nice. That barbecue sauce looks awesome. And it's cool how you just put it in the pan.
Just like that.
And stir it around. And and then we have these crispy onions and these microgreens.
Yes. And we'll put, so the way that we do it here, just kind of spread it up a little bit. We do every other one.
Every other one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can kind of stay on brand here. And it looks so pretty, and it adds that crunchy texture, because I'm assuming, you know, it's a little softer meatball, delicate. And then we have the microgreens on top.
Right on top, yep. A little bit of local in every ingredient.
Okay, that was a heavy dump of the microgreens,
That's all right.
but I did my best, chef. This looks awesome. And then you also have this wine dinner coming up, which is really exciting, and people can snack, they can focus on wine, but tell me a little bit about that experience while I take a bite of this.
Yeah, so we have Wine About Wednesday. It's every Wednesday. We have a local musician come in, she'll play. We have $10 off wines, and they are women and minority owned, so that gives them a little bit of provider for them. And then we also have our parking that we do complimentary now when you come into Landrace.
That's easy. You can't beat it. The most stressful thing about going to events down here, I feel like, is worrying about parking.
Yes, for sure.
The fact that people don't have to worry is very cool.
Yeah.
This is so delicious. It's creamy, it's savory. And it's not heavy.
That's right. Yeah.
I could share it, but I don't know if I would want to. Yeah, I'm not sure because it's too
We
good.
give them that option. So.
I like that. And then people can get tickets online and more information about
They
this
can.
event
If
online.
you go to Landrace TX, you can go on there and book our Bubbles, Bagels, and Boats. You can go when we have our chef's dinners and make reservations.
I love the sound of that. Chef, thank you so
Awesome.
much for
Thank
hanging
you.
out with me and making this delicious dish. Roma, so you know me, I'm not really a fan of barbecue sauce, but I really like it on these meatballs. Would you try this?
Yes, I would try it all. Even I'm gonna call that pretzel a big bite because that thing is massive enough for a lot of us to share, right?